Welcome back to the channel, guys. Let's talk about this subject to get a deeper understanding of what this really is, because I don't want a lot of you guys going on in life. You might be a little bit hurt right now. You might be a little bit upset right now or something like this. You might really envy the person, the narcissist that did you wrong, that completely just betrayed you, disrespected you to the highest extent. And to be honest, guys, it's something you're going to look back at in time. Don't know how much time, but you're going to look back at it and you're just going to tell yourself, like, you're going to honestly like laugh at a lot of it. And that's how it's going to go. But you have to be strong during those times. You have to be strong during these times. And you have to keep doing the right things to get yourself up to that level. Because whether you want to believe it or not, you brought yourself down to the narcissist level, and you were used as a puppet and a slave to please them. And you didn't even see it coming from a hole in the wall. But that's what you were there for. That's what you were used for. And it is what it is. So this is the type of mindset that I want you guys having, that I'm about to explain. So whenever these types of people do these things to you, right? I do not want you guys thinking, I hope something terrible happens to them. I hope they get their karma. I hope this. I hope that. I hope they get hurt. Things like this. I don't want you guys thinking like this. What I want you guys doing is getting rid of the thoughts. Easier said than done, but you have to do it over time. Just getting rid of the thoughts in general of the situation you've been in with this person or people. I want you guys to get rid of everything that has happened. I don't want you guys envying this situation, because it's going to bring more bad energy into your life. And I'm telling you guys this from personal experience, because I was at a point where I wanted to get back at people. I wanted to throw things in people's face whenever certain things were said, whenever certain things happened. I wanted to prove a point. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that, right? It's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is honestly to let go and continue to be the good person that you are, even though you got done dirty. You got done wrong. Real dirty, right? I know how it is. But it's not going to do you any good to envy the entire situation. It's not going to do you any good to wish bad on these people. They're already in a world of hell anyways. It's not going to get any worse, because they're at the lowest of the lows, doing the lowest shit to a lot of people, and that's why they are who they are. They have a dysfunction that cannot be saved unless a miracle happens for them. Sometimes, and rarely sometimes, it does. Most of the time it does not. So I just don't want you guys envying these people. I don't want you guys giving that bad energy back to these people. Because I've even had messages and emails of people telling me, like, explaining to me why they want to get back at this person and that they're going to do this. And I'm not going to get into detail, but I just responded and told this person to not go about it this way. Do not do this. And honestly, whenever I sent it and they replied, they agreed. And it's the truth. And I understand. It's not like I'm mad at anybody for saying things like that, because I fully understand. In the moment, you want to do those things. You want to get back at the people. I did. But it's not going to do you any good. It's not going to do you any favors. You have to eliminate these thoughts. You had to go through your pain by yourself. Or you might have a little bit of support on the side or something like this, but you have to, almost like you've just been through a surgery or something, right? If you go through surgery, you have to go through, and depending on what it is, but you have to recover for a certain period of time. You are sick. You are not fully healthy after a surgery, depending on what it is. let's say you got an ACL tear. You had to get surgery, reconstructive knee surgery. You're not walking on that leg for quite some time, right? Whenever you get abused by a human being, you're not going to be the same for quite some time. You're going to have some traumas in there. You might have PTSD. You might not be able to sleep. I know a long time ago I used to smoke some weed because I couldn't sleep without it, and whenever I came off it, I was up right to the sunlight hit, trying to sleep at like, say 11:30, 12, maybe 1 at the most at night. I'm trying to sleep around these times, and I'm literally tossing and turning in my bed because I didn't smoke any weed this night because I'm trying to quit it. I'll wake up to the sunlight and I'm all emotional because I didn't get any sleep, and now it's daylight, and now I'm starting to shed some tears because I just feel horrible. I feel horrible because I have PTSD. I didn't even know at the time, but I definitely did have it. I didn't smoke any weed. I didn't let it put me to sleep. So it's like you're going through these times and it's emotional. And I even had like a lot of friends I was chilling with at this time, and I would like get up and drive to their house and I'd go to chill. I'd walk in the door and I'd just start crying. And they'd all like huddle around me and start like hugging me and stuff like this and being like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? And I just tell them, and it was just crazy. But all in all, guys, whenever you go through some crazy shit, these things can happen, and you have to recover from this like a surgery. It can take time, depending on how much time. You have to understand that you are not, and you should not even pretend to be 100% alright right now. It is alright to be in a down moment. It is alright to take your time. It is alright to exit everybody out of your life, to isolate, to get your own thoughts, think things through, and just try to think as clearly as possible and surround your mind with the most realist things you can, the most realist information, the most positive vibes, things like this. And you want to stay away from stressful situations. You want to stay away from toxic people during these times, and try to get your mind right. Try to get on track and stay on track. You don't want to slip up. You don't want to fall up, because you can be tested too. Something bad can happen again. So you just have to do all the right things. And from my experience, this is what works. And from my experience, getting back in the mix with more toxic people, giving somebody that did you wrong another second chance, it was a test, and you failed that test once again. So you're going to get hurt all over again. So, and I even have people telling me in emails over WhatsApp and stuff like this that they want to get back with the narcissist. They have all these thoughts of getting back with this type of a person, and it blows my mind. I'm trying to explain. It's like these people don't fully understand how bad it really is, and you have to. You really have to. Like, you are not in a good place if you don't understand how bad these people really are. Like, you really are not in a good place yourself right now. I'm telling you that now. If you do understand how bad these people really are and the damage they cause, you are in a good place. Because you really, really, really know it for what it is. You really do. And at the end of the day, guys, what you want to do is, like I said, do all the right things and let karma get them on its own, because it does not miss. It is going to strike. It is going to get them. You don't even have to be happy when it happens. You might not witness it. The chances are you probably will not witness it, because they're not going to put things out there. You're probably not going to see something happen to them. But they're living in bad karma every single day. They're never going to get the things they could have had because their life went to shit for whatever reason. And these are some dangerous, dangerous, dangerous individuals. Trust and believe this. It is not a normal thing, and you want to be as far away from them as possible. at all costs. And I'm not even gonna lie, guys, there's something that happened to me recently that triggered me a little bit, and I just gotta brush that off, you know? Things happen. It is what it is. I see it for what it is. It's gonna be alright. Because I have that information. I know what this is. If you know what it is, you're gonna be alright. Things can still trigger you. Things can still happen. Not everybody in this world is a good person. Not everybody in this world has good intentions. There's gonna be situations where, and it doesn't matter who I am and who I become, there's gonna be situations where people are gonna try to trigger me for the rest of my life. It's all about the passes that you test. And it's all about the passes that you fail. And honestly, guys, the more failures you go through anyways is gonna make you a better person. If you learn from it. Because that's something I'm good at personally, is learning from failures. I ain't gonna continue to get caught up and over and over and over again with the same failures. It's not gonna happen. It's the same thing with video games. I can only lose so many times in a video game before I get it right and start to win. You might get beat by a boss one time. You have to redo it. You go the next time, you might get beat again, but not as worst. You might go again and you might beat the boss the next time. It's like this. That's just a way of explaining it. So, try to learn from your mistakes, guys. Do not envy these people. It's not going to do you any good. Just try to get your mind right. Try to get your energy right. And let karma do its work on its own.